Let's practice some long division. What's 1,234 divided by 3? So the way we do this is you think, look at the number 3. 3 times what is 1? It doesn't even fit. So let's try the next digit. 3 times what is 12? So we're going to really focus on the number 12 here. 3 times what is 12? The answer is 4. And make sure the 4 is aligned just to the right of 12. If you really wanted to, you could put a 0 here, but that would be a waste of time. So 3 times 4 is 12. We write it just underneath over here. You draw a line here now. Let me just get rid of that original mess there. And you subtract. What's 12 minus 12? Cha-ching! There's nothing left over. The algorithm is such that you drop the next number. You drop the 3. 3 times what? And feel that vacuum here. There's like almost like an empty space for this digit. Everything should be aligned in nice digits. There's like nice little clean handwriting. 3 times what is 3? The answer is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Cha-ching! We subtract again. 3 minus 3 is nothing. And then you drop down the next number here. The next number you drop is a 4. 3 times what is 4-ish? And the answer is 3 times 1 is going to be 3. If you thought the answer would be 2, 3 times 2 is 6. It's too big. You can't actually pass the number. So 4 minus 3, and the remainder is 1. So what we could say is that 1,234 divided by 3 is equals to 411. This is called the quotient. That's the top part. Quotient. But that's not quite exactly right. There's a remainder here. When you're first learning this topic, you might say R1. So the remainder is 1. But to be more accurate, you really should say 411 and the remainder over the divisor. The divisor here is on the left is 3. So the answer is 411 and 1/3. I'm going to skip to this last question over here because we can practice it a different way. Number 4. 11 times what is 50? So this question here is a bit harder because we have 2 digits, but let's keep trying. 11 times 0, nothing fits into 5, so we skip over to the next digit here. 11 times 4 is 44. If you thought the answer was 5, 11 times 5 is 55, we pass it. You're not allowed to pass the number, so 4 is the correct answer. Cha-ching! 50 minus 44, the answer is 6. You drop the next digit, a 2 here. 11 times 6 is 66, too big. So we go a bit smaller. 11 times 5 is going to be 55. Subtract. 12 minus 5 is going to be 7, but we borrow some energy, so the 6 becomes a 5. 5 minus 5 becomes 0. You don't have to bother writing down 0 here. So similar to question number 1, you might say that 502 divided by 11 is equals to 45 and 7/11, which is great. It's correct. But what if you want to represent the answer not as a fraction or a mixed fraction, but rather as a decimal number? So this is where you're done in terms of the question, how it aligns. We draw an imaginary dotted line here. So you put a dot here, 45 or 45.0. Let's try to figure out the decimal answer. So what we do here is we have 11 times 5 is going to be 55, and we have the remainder. We subtracted, and the remainder was 7. And if you want to keep on going, instead of having this kind of answer, you want to have a decimal answer, is you drop a ghost. So there's a mystery ghost here, and the ghost here is 0. Because the number 502, you could think of it as 502.00000, so there's a bunch of hidden zeros there. Now we drop the ghost 0, and what we have is 70. And there's a nice space here for the next digit. 11 times what is 70? 11 times 6 is 66. We're pretty close. Cha-ching, let's subtract. 70 minus 66 is 4. And again, you drop the ghost to make some progress here. You drop a hidden ghost. The ghost is a 0. 11 times what? There's another hollow space here. Make sure everything is nice and aligned. 11 times what is 40-ish? We're going to say 3. 11 times 3 is 33. Cha-ching. And now 40 minus 33 is 7. And you drop another ghost. Can you see how this 70 and the 70 looks familiar? There might be some kind of circular pattern here. 11 times what is 70-ish? 11 times 6 is 66. Cha-ching, 4. And you can see that we're repeating this pattern over and over again. You drop another ghost here. We have 40. 11 times 3. So the 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, you might eventually, if you do this long enough, feel the pattern. The pattern is 6-3 repeats. So this line actually means repeat. So the answer is actually 502 divided by 11 is equals to 45.63 repeater. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Or you could say approximately equals to, the wavy equal sign, 45.6. So that's how you do long division, including decimal numbers. Now let's continue with this other question here, just for practice. We're going to make some room here. So what we have here is a bunch of zeros. It might mess you up. So let's practice one of these type of questions. 5 times what is 20? 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract, there's nothing here. We're going to drop a ghost. You're going to drop the next digit, which is a 0. 5 times what is 0? 5 times 0 is going to be 0. Cha-ching, 0 minus 0 is 0. And you drop the next digit, which is a 2. 5 times what is 2? Unfortunately, 5 times nothing becomes 2. So we have to put another 0 here. 5 times 0 is going to be 0. 2 minus 0 is going to be 2. You drop the next digit, which is a 3 here. 5 times what is 23? 5 times 4 is going to be 20. Cha-ching, 23 minus 20 is going to be 3. So we're going to go back to the first method here. We're going to say that 20,023 divided by 5 is about 4,004 and 3/5. And just reason it. 5 times 4,000-ish, is it 20,000-ish? It's correct. Let's try this question one more time to see if we can just be a little bit more efficient. So we had some inefficiencies here. Just let's see if we can do it a bit faster. So we have 20,023 all divided by 5. Let's try one more time. Can we take some shortcuts? 5 times 4 is 20. There's no remainder here. You're allowed to drop the 0, and you know that 5 times 0 is going to be 0. There's nothing to do. If you want to be fast, you can just drop the next digit right away. It's like a little secret shortcut. 5 times what becomes 2? It just doesn't fit. So you put another 0 there. You can just drop the other digit, which is a 3. 5 times what becomes 23? 5 times 4 is 20. And this is where you can actually do the cha-ching. 23 minus 20 is going to be 3. So as you can see, this is a bit more flat. You have to just practice these types of questions to know when you can start dropping the digits just a little bit faster. So the answer is 4,004 and 3/5. Let's just continue and finish off this question as a decimal number. Point. Let's drop the ghost. 30. 5 times what is 30? 5 times 6 is going to be 30, and there's no remainder. There's absolutely no remainder. So this here is an exact answer. 20,023 divided by 5 is exactly 4,004.6. Good job.